What is a CPU and what does it do? Think of your computer or phone as a busy office. The CPU is the manager. You don't see it on the screen, but it decides what happens and when. Every time you open an app, start a game, type a document or watch a video, the CPU is taking instructions, doing math, and telling the other parts of the system what to do. Purpose. In practical terms, the CPU runs your programs and apps, coordinates communication between memory, graphics, storage, and other parts, turns clicks, taps and key presses into actions on the screen. If the CPU stops, the whole device stops. No operating system loading, no browser opening, no game starting. How it works. Very simplified, the CPU repeats the same loop all day long. 1. Fetch an instruction from memory, RAM. 2. Decode it to understand what needs to be done. 3. Execute the operation, math or logic. 4. Write the result back to memory or send it to another component. It does this millions or billions of times per second, which is why everything feels instant to you. Parts. Inside a CPU you'll usually find a control unit, which acts like a coordinator, deciding the order of operations and sending signals to the rest of the system. An arithmetic logic unit, ALU, where calculations and comparisons happen. Registers, tiny spots that hold important data for a very short time. Cache memory, a very small but extremely fast memory that keeps what the CPU needs most often, so it doesn't have to go to RAM every time. All of this fits inside that small chip on the motherboard. Everyday examples. Hey race where the CPU quietly works for you. In games, it handles physics, rules, enemy behavior, and overall logic. In your browser, it organizes text, images, and scripts from each page. In office work, it reacts when you type, format text, or scroll through files. In video calls, it coordinates audio, video, and background tasks. The more complex the task, the more work the CPU has to handle. Comparisons. Common questions people search for. Is CPU the same as processor? In everyday language, yes. When people say processor, they usually mean the CPU. CPU versus RAM. The CPU is the thinker. RAM is like a desk where it spreads documents while working. A tiny desk, little RAM, makes things cramped even if the CPU is good. CPU versus storage, HDD, SSD. Storage is where your data lives even when the computer is off. The CPU only uses that data when it needs to. CPU versus GPU. The CPU is a general-purpose worker. The GPU is a specialist in images and graphics, very important for games, design and video editing. Buying tips. When people look for a new computer, they often wonder, what are cores? A core is like a little worker inside the CPU. More cores can help with many tasks at the same time. What is gigahertz? It's related to how many operations the CPU can do per second. For similar CPUs, higher frequency usually means faster response. More cores or more gigahertz? It depends on what you do. Many open apps and some modern programs benefit from more cores. Light tasks won't show as much difference. Care. The CPU generates heat, so it needs a proper cooler, heatsink and fan, or good built-in cooling. Decent airflow inside the case. No blocked vents on laptops or desktops. If it gets too hot, the system can slow down or shut off to protect itself. Mistakes. Some frequent misunderstandings. Only the CPU matters for a fast PC. Not true. Slow storage or too little RAM can also make everything feel sluggish. The most expensive CPU is always the best choice. Sometimes you pay for features you never use. If my PC is freezing, the CPU must be bad. It could be heavy software, lack of updates, malware, or too many programs starting together. Wrap up. If you remember just one thing, let it be this: the CPU is the decision center of your device. It takes instructions, processes them, and coordinates everything so you get a smooth experience. Now think about your daily life. Where do you feel your CPU struggling the most? Gaming, work, video editing, or just having way too many tabs open?